What's up, everybody? So looks like we're having a bit of technical difficulties on your blunt side over there. Oh, over there. Oh, over there. Well, that side. Yeah, he's been having a few problems already. For you guys that have been watching, you know the issue. Oh, he's coming. Oh, where you go? Let's see what happens. Hopefully, we could get this started today. Where we go? There you go. The blunt.
Yo, what up? Back? Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Keep kicking me out, man.
Was this which? So was this the computer again or the phone you're on now?
No, I'm still on the computer.
Okay, so we're on, guys. You all right, Blunt?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, so welcome to another Two Trends and Mr. show. This is our 143rd show. Let's see what we got for you guys today. We haven't talked about this for a while, but I want you guys to remember that we are still going after Aetna or MTA for ABA services for children on the spectrum. It is a service that children are in desperate need of, and we have a lot of people in transit who have children on the spectrum. And Aetna does cover this in other areas, but not with MTA. So we're trying to find out why, and hopefully, if we get enough people, we can push it. We still have the the petition, and we'll link the petition. If you guys could please sign it, if you haven't signed it yet, you could screenshot this and just write it up, or later on we'll post the link on the comments as well. And that's it. Just to let you know that, really quick, let me just throw this up there for the people that don't know what ABA does. So this was like maybe 10 years ago. ABA was a very obscure help. There was not a lot of knowledge on the ABA, on that, therapy. But moving forward, it now has become the number one prescribed therapy for autism. Okay, so we're going to be talking this as we go along, and we will bring other guests. But just quickly let you know, ABA. This is an ABA that helps kids with autism communicate more effectively, acquire key life skills, manage emotions, socialize and make friends, let go of harmful behaviors like self-injury, and many others. So it's very important that these children get the services that Aetna right now is not covering. And we're going to talk more about that as time goes along and we get more people involved. So thank you for everyone that signed the petition. Your boy Blunt, he started that petition.
Yeah, share it out too, man. Share the petition out.
Yeah, so thank you. And again, we'll drop it in there. Yeah, we need as many signatures as possible. And if you know anybody in transit that has a child on the spectrum, let them know about this. Let them know what we're trying to do, because we have other people in the local that are fighting they're fighting other fights. We're starting this one because this is important to me, and I found out that it's important to many other transit workers who are on the same page with me. So, and Blunt along, helping out the best he could. Like I said, he started that the petition. And while we're at it, you did something else for those that want to help out with this movement. If you don't mind, I'm going to drop it real quick. All right, Blunt.
What's that?
Where is it? Right here. all right. So thank you again, everybody, and thank you to Blunt. And these shirts, help support the movement. All right, so you ready? Let's just get started. The first topic we want to talk about, if those of you haven't heard yet, NYPD. The NYPD is what I would say is getting soft. And what I mean by that is they're testing. And where did I have that at? Don't tell me that I lost it. That would not be good. No, I had it ready before too, and like usual, something always happens.
Don't help the button.
Anyway,
Let's clean. Keep
don't need it. Yeah, you're good. You're still all right, Blood. You're still all right. So, would you guys check this short video out? What's going on is that a lot of people who want to become cops in the NYPD have been failing due to this detail, which NYPD now changed it, and I don't understand why. But check this video out real quick. You're gonna see the first half of how it used to be. Pay attention to the last part that you're gonna see, and pay attention to the timing, how it used to be, and then how they changed it to now. And then we will definitely talk about that right after this.
You must complete the test in 3 minutes and 32 seconds or less from a kneeling position and arms extended, simulating a weapon-ready position. Rise unassisted and run 50 feet to a 6-foot wall. Surmount the wall using your hands, arms, and feet.
These will need to be performed consecutively and will need to be completed within 4 minutes and 28 seconds. From a kneeling weapon-ready position, the candidate sprints 50 feet to surmount 6-foot barrier.
Did you notice that? Did you guys see that? Matter of fact, we heard from an officer who's pissed off about this. So the test used to be 3 minutes, 32 seconds or less. And they had to go over that 6 foot. You saw in the beginning, it was like a blue wall. It was like a plastic wall, flat wall that they had to jump over. So because of that wall, a lot of recruits are not passing the test because they can't go over the wall. Why? Because most of them are overweight or a bit weak. So NYPD is changing that to a chain link 6-foot fence so that they could grab on, you could put your feet in it and be able to climb. And not only is from 3 minutes and 32 seconds or less, but now they added time to the test where it's 4 minutes and 28 seconds or less. Blunt, what do you think about this? Because I don't want to go off on this, but
I think they're going the wrong way. They're going the wrong way. They should be cutting time from the test, and they should be adding more stuff to it. Because if you can't get over a 6-foot fence, you don't need to be a cop. Because the majority of fences in Brooklyn alone can only be 6 feet. Anything above that is against the law.
Is it 6 or is it 8?
6. In certain places, where I used to live at, it was 6 feet.
6 feet.
You can go above 6 feet. Anything else is illegal. So if you can't get over a 6-foot fence, you don't need to be a cop. It's like plain and simple. I mean, it's not like that test is that strenuous. You're gonna give them an easy way out when you get to the real field. Every place is not, people's houses don't have chain link fences on them.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta
a lot of have
that's
that.
out
Got
in the world.
those white vinyl fences.
PVC piping type fences there.
Yeah. I just think
You
it's
gotta
just
put what's in the real world out there, or tougher.
they got to get tougher. The cops
They
should
have to
be a
get tougher.
certain amount of toughness to a cop.
Cops,
know?
yeah, cops should be like almost. Cops should be athletic. Cops should be athletic.
There are other countries where the
You
cops
should.
are
I
like, you don't
mean,
mess with any of them. Like
yeah,
they're
you
bringing
should be
it.
able to look at a cop and be like, I ain't fucking with that guy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Not.
Exactly.
I'm gonna run circles around that fat
I
bastard.
mean, I know everybody has the right, but you should be able to, like you said, look at the guy and know that he don't need no gun to take care of you. You know? And
Yeah.
there are cops that are actually upset at this move because some of them are heavy and they made it. They passed through that
Right. They had to
test.
bust their ass to get there. So
And
now
they did it.
you handed it over. No.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
they're
that wouldn't
making
get
it
that shit
easier.
done.
Just that one
That's that shit.
thing was knocking down recruits. So
So,
they put a chain link fence. Where the hell they're going to be running to? Folks, just comment below. Let us know how you feel about this. If you think it's okay. I mean, I know everybody. It's the right to anyone who wants to become a police officer, but you know there's rules, and there's that test. If you can't pass that simple test,
you know
not
what?
simple, but that test, like Blunt,
People
like
feel
you
like
said,
they're
you're gonna
entitled.
be a cop. Exactly.
People feel like they're entitled, but certain positions come with certain rules and certain guidelines for a reason. And if your fat ass can't get over a 6 foot fence, you probably let a killer get away. All because you can't climb a 6 foot fence. And honestly, when these dudes are committing these crimes, a 6 foot fence is not stopping no criminal. A
Mhm.
6 foot fence, they leaping over that without issues. So here you come, supposed to
They
be
got lots of
protecting,
practice.
especially in their own neighborhood. They know every nook and cranny. They know
Mhm.
exactly how to leap, how to spring over it with the quickness. And here you go, you can't even climb over. Yeah, they're gonna be in the wind.
It's a
They're gonna
joke.
be in the wind. Yeah,
It's a joke, and I wish they
I
would
think they
they would
should.
change it
They
back.
should be. They. If enough people find out about it, and write about it, they'll change that back. They should be more strict. It should be harder to get into. You should have to pass some good stuff to get to your cop.
I could see memes out there with a cop trying to climbing over one of those fences. It's
Like Police Academy.
police.
The movie, Police Academy movie.
Mm. Well, they
Let's
did more than a
go.
6 foot.
All that. Yeah, yeah.
So
That
I
girl saying
disagree
she was
with
scared
this.
to do
I'm
everything.
sorry. I respect to the NYPD. You know, I know not all NYPD is crooked, even though lately it just seems like a majority is just doing the wrong thing. I don't know what's going on, but this test, they should.
It's just like any other job. There's good and there's bad. Except the media will focus on the bad more than they focus. Good news don't sell.
Mm.
Good news does not sell. It's the bad news that get the headlines, and that's what people share bad news faster than good news. Don't hear about the cop saved kicking out the tree. You don't hear about that.
About what? I didn't hear you.
You don't hear about the cop that saved the kitten out the tree.
Mm.
Nobody hears about that guy. Nobody cares. Let the cop shoot the kitten in the tree. Everybody knows about it.
Oh, Mr. Blackshear seems to disagree. He thinks they should make it easier for the new cops. Comment why. Comment why. Why do you think that they should make it easier? Let us know. Let us know why is it that you think they should make it easier. I definitely don't think they should make it easier. We need tougher cops. We need people that could, like you said, that are not built, but that are athletic. That's the kind of cops we need, I mean, there's heavy-set guys that are very athletic. That you've seen videos. These guys are like, holy shit, how does he do that? And it could be
Some
done.
people some people are just naturally big.
Mm.
You know, they're perfectly fine in their skin.
Yeah, and they're very agile.
250, 300-pound man run flat out, and something that
Yeah,
you be like, he's like this big dude.
big
And
dude, but he's
perfectly
healthy.
fine. Yeah, perfectly fine.
Because Norman says the present cops are not doing a great job. Yeah, but
Yeah.
then if you're just you would just bring weaker cops. I just feel that the training is gonna be so easy that when these cops are put out there in a really bad situation, they're not gonna be able to.
You can't. I mean, like I said, you can't dumb down the test. You know what I mean? It's a test to get you into, because when they get into the real world, they're not gonna dumb nothing down for them. So they're gonna end up getting shot, killed, because
Like
they
just
can't
imagine
perform.
they make a test to get a license easier.
The
Let's make the
driver's
written
license.
the driver's license. Just like, oh, too many people are failing the driver's test. Let's make it easier. No, no, you're gonna be put out there in really difficult situations when you're driving, and it shouldn't be easy. Same thing with the cop. You're putting your life in danger. You're protecting people. That's your job, to protect people. And then when it comes to it, you can't really do it. But I understand what you mean, Norman. But I mean that's my opinion. I don't think they should dumb down, like you said, dumb down the test. But let us know how you feel about it, guys. Just comment, drop your comments, whether you're against the easier test or you're for it.
I mean, if they're gonna do that, then you gotta make sure when these people graduate that they start low level and then work their way up. And maybe there's another test later on to move up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That one, that was
Because
nice. They're gonna dumb down the test for detective or something like that. You know. Uh, I don't know what's going on here in New York. I mean, they need more cops. I understand they need more cops. That's for sure. But this is not the way to go about it, in my opinion. It's not. It's just gonna make the job a lot more dangerous for the recruit.
with all that training, everyone will always react different in a real life situation. Yep.
Oh,
Right.
Jay.
And so if you train them, here's the thing, right? So here's the thing, Preem. If you train them for the absolute worst, right? You make it very difficult for them to get in. You give them the hardest shit to face in training, so that when they come out, it's it's not as difficult or it's not as shocking as real life, right? Or you train them very little, when they come out, they get shell shocked. And and as a police officer, you're putting not just your life but everybody else's life in your hand. And so you have to make split second decisions, and that has to be ingrained into you. You don't have time to be thinking about what's your next move. You have to be able to react to your next move. And if you're not trained for it properly, your reaction is going to be off, but you're going to either get you killed or get everybody else killed. So I'm like, you have to train them to the hardest of their ability, to the hardest stuff that they're going to see out there. And hopefully they don't see that, instead of not training them and then they see it. Then they don't know what to fucking do when they get out there. And that second, it could be somebody's life or death situation. So I'm like, you got to train, you got to drill them, because you weed out the weakest ones and keep the strong ones in. It's kind of like, if you ever watched that, they had a documentary on the Navy SEALs. You ever watch that?
The what?
There's a documentary on how to become a Navy SEAL.
I probably haven't seen it. No.
There's a documentary out there on how to become a Navy SEAL, and the recruiting is most people quit. Most people quit. They have a bell. When you come in, everybody lines up in the square like courtyard. Everybody's lined up, and they have a bell. Under the bell, recruits who quit, they have to walk up to the bell, ring it, and put their hat and stuff down under the bell. And most of the time, they say maybe about 90% of the class quit. That's how bad they training is. But they go out to be, well, the ones that graduate, they become Navy SEALs, which is like top dog, top tier Army specialists. Right? Yes, exactly. Training should be ongoing. Yeah, and they should have like the same thing with drivers. It's the same thing we say about driver's license. There should be a refresher course. Every year or two, there should be a refresher course. People should have to go back in and just do a refresher course on safety driving. Because, there's a lot of accidents happen for no reason out there. And so, again, with the cop training, they should train them hard. That way, they can come out and have it easy, not have it easy in training and come out and have it hard. The psychological damage a cop faces is incredible. They don't talk about that in the news, but it's very high. The suicide rate of cops is very high because of the shit that they go through, and that's part of training.
Yeah, we've been
That's
seeing
part
quite
of
a
your
few
training. You
stories
have to
about
go
them,
through that.
about cops taking their lives.
Yeah, you can look it up right now and just see what's the suicide rate of cops. I think that's one of the highest in most of the city jobs. They have the highest rates where cops commit suicide because they can't take it. So you want to train them. You want them to be not just physically strong, but mentally.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm with ongoing training, which should be with refresher courses and harder, not easy. I mean, if you want to make it an easy test, all right. Well, let's say you pass a certain test, but you can't get over the 6-foot wall. Okay, so you could qualify to do certain parts of the job, but not others. Like, okay, if you can't get over the 6-foot wall, all right, well then you can only go as far as traffic is concerned. That's the highest you can go until you can go back and get over the wall. Then you can go on patrol. Then if you can do this, you can go. Then you start moving up. The more you score on the test, the higher you move up. But if you can't make it over the 6-foot fence, then you got to start at the bottom. Go watch schools. Go be a school guard. Start there. At least you have our children safe. That'll kill that problem, right? Give them a gun and let them protect the school.
True. And let him keep training until he gets to the point where he could get over that
Get
6-foot
over the
wall.
fence, and then he can move up. Then you move up. But don't dumb down the test. You ain't doing nobody no favors like that. Man. How the fuck you spell suicide?
SUICIDE. SUICIDE. All right, so let's move on before we get to our next topic. We have a couple of things that are coming up. Coming up in what's it, 23rd? July 23rd. It's here, guys. First annual We Move New York Basketball Invitational. Transit versus trains. Trains versus buses. Trains versus
It's
buses.
Saturday. So you have tickets?
No, I'm not gonna be able to go. I'm just not gonna be able to go. It's Saturday, and I'm not gonna be able. Are you
Anybody
going?
here going? Jay, you going? What time is the game? Because I heard it's supposed to be like 3:00. But I'm looking at the tickets. The tickets say 7:00. I don't know. Maybe I got the wrong ticket.
It says 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Right?
Right?
Yeah, look on the screen. 2 p.m.
Right, 2:00. Right, 2:00. So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
I bought tickets.
the buses and trains will be last.
No, it's supposed to be before the game.
before the game.
You're supposed to have tickets before the game.
No,
I think
you got
from
New
what
Jersey Transit versus SEPTA.
right.
So will they be first, and then and just the same way that's on the poster? Their game first, then trains and buses, and then the game.
I gotta see what tickets I got. I know I bought tickets for it, but mine say 70. I'm like, no, I thought thought it
But
was
anyway,
early.
guys,
Yeah,
tickets are
see,
still
11.
they're still available. You can see right there, NewYorkLiberty.group/remove New York. Again, take a screenshot of this and get your tickets. What is it? $35 at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
Yeah. I'll be
Um,
there. I just don't. I don't know what if I got the right tickets or not.
uh,
I had some tickets.
and another event that we're gonna be getting on August 20th before the game. You guys know him, Chris Craven. He's been with us since day one. Chris Craven. Giving a little shout out. And the CCW Colossal Championship Wrestling, they're gonna have an event in Jersey on August 20th. There's the address, 106 Bergen Avenue. I believe the tickets are $20 and $25, or $25 at the door, something like that. Anyway, Chris, if you're watching this, when you watch this, drop the information on the comments for those that may want to go. I really want to go to this one. I always want to go to them. Uh, a couple of times I've been there, had a really good time. And hey, bring your kids. Definitely kid friendly. Right there. Well, Blunt, you know about this. We went there, had a good time
Yeah, great time. I had a great time. It was fun. If you enjoy wrestling, you're gonna enjoy it.
for
If you
sure.
enjoy wrestling, you will enjoy it.
It's
You
cheaper.
will
You're
have a
gonna
good
be
time.
right there in front. And it's a good time. So
Is Craven still a heel or is he babyface now?
I know with Craven's still a heel, but with all this exercising and yoga thing that he's been into, the DDP, I think it's called. I don't know. I think we might just see him in the ring one of these days.
You know,
So
his
you don't
wife
think
ain't having
so?
that. That ain't happening.
You don't what?
Not unless it's against her. His
Not
wife
unless
ain't
what?
having that.
You
Not
don't think
unless it's
so?
against her. No, yeah. I think
So
his I think his ring career is over.
mhm.
But as a manager, yeah, I think he's still a heel. So if he's still a heel, go out there and boo him. Craven sucks shirt. Get you a Craven sucks shirt.
Craven sucks. All
He
right,
stays in
so
character when he's there, so
yeah.
it's all good though.
Yeah, I think Craven's
It is
starting to
definitely
think that
fun.
he is Father
Yeah.
Craven.
Nah. When he's there, he has to stay in character, but outside, he's very, very good dude. Funny dude. Man. I'll tell you one thing. I never thought I saw that a big man run so fast in my life, boy.
Oh yeah.
That was so funny, bro. He's running around that ring and getting chased out. I
That
was crying.
was a good
I
one.
was crying.
That
That
was
was hilarious.
good times.
That was a good time.
All
That
right,
was a good time.
so
Definitely have fun.
what else we got on topics? We have our governor. Check this. All right. You know what? Since we were on the topic with the cops, let's bring this up with transit and the cops. So our governor is it Hochul? Hochul? I'm not sure, but
Sure. Sure.
Hochul. She signed a bill mandating the new New York drivers to be tested on cyclist and pedestrian safety awareness. You read that? You read that? Tested on cyclist and pedestrian safety awareness. Because of there have been too many accidents, and now they want us drivers or the new drivers with this new bill to learn how to deal with the pedestrians and cyclists on the road. Uh, According to the Transportation or Advocacy Group, there's been a 44% increase in traffic fatalities during the first 3 months this year alone. The governor signed this on Friday, July 15th, which requires new drivers to learn about pedestrian and bicyclist safety before obtaining the license. The bill requires new drivers to understand an overview of the responsibility to exercise care concerning pedestrians and bicyclists. It will also require that pedestrian and bicyclist safety be added to the DMV instruction handbook.
I mean, yeah, that's all well and dandy, but how about cyclists get some kind of training before they give them their cyclist license or whatever? It should be both ways around because it's not just the driver's fault. A lot of times these people be on bikes, they feel like uh they own the road. I, all I know is when I was driving back in the days, when I was driving, especially driving a bus, the sense of entitlement to the road bicyclists was crazy. It was like, you better not hit me, or I'm suing you. And it's hard to maintain your composure when they do that. They just cut you off, especially like in Manhattan, in the city. Forget it. This is yeah, like Jay said, cyclists and pedestrians in Manhattan feel like they're immortal. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
They
if
just
you
don't
look
care.
online
They
for
have too much power.
if you look at the DOT, which I wanted to print it or post it, but I didn't get a chance. The DOT, all you got to do is look online. The DOT cyclist uh, regulations and rules, they're all right there. They tell you where you can ride, where you cannot ride. One thing it says there is remember that every road is a bicycle lane. So pretty much they can ride wherever they want. Now on the bicycle lanes, which you spoke about this some time back, the bicycle lanes, not everything with wheels could go on those bicycle lanes. For instance, those motorized bikes that look like little miniature motorcycles that you see them all the time they don't belong in the bike lanes.
Right.
The only thing that, as far as motor that's allowed, are if they're still around, the mopeds, only because they have a pedal. So just because it has a pedal, it's allowed on the bike lane. I'm not even sure about the electric scooters, the regular ones that you push and you just ride on. I'm not sure about those. But that's the whole thing, that everything is riding on there. Motorcycle, everything is riding on those bike lanes. And the rules are out there. So just like you said, they should train cyclists and pedestrians on road rules. I believe that any store that sells bicycles or motorcycles, that they should also, like you were just saying, um, give maybe a pamphlet about the rules, or also have to take some kind of a class, the same way like the governor wants to do now for new drivers, because it's really not fair. The cyclists need to also take some type of responsibility when they're on the road.
Yeah, they have to. And they're the ones who are mostly at risk. Because
Yeah,
you're in the car, you're the one that's almost. Especially, I mean, it's
and they're
just that they
very
feel like
blunt about it when
arrogant.
they
Yeah, very
ballsy.
arrogant about it. Very,
Yeah,
especially with
arrogant.
buses. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, buses take what, a city block to stop going at 20 miles per hour?
Mm.
Right? Takes about a city block for a bus going about 20 miles per hour that's fully stopped. And you want to cut in front of a bus, right? Because you know what it is? If they see that big window and they assume that, you see them, even though you might be looking at them, don't mean you see them. You're driving a bus, you
Just
got
like
to
the training we
move.
get, when we're making turns,
Yeah,
that pillar sometimes covers people when they're covering. So we
yeah.
have that training on what to do to make sure that we see them. So they need to
There's so
do.
many things that people don't understand as a bus operator. If you ever sit in the front and watch your bus operator driving, You will never see if you ever see a bus operator driving and he's just straight like this.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to him because he fell asleep at the wheel. That driver should not be sitting straight, just looking at him.
Now
That
you're gonna have
driver's
everybody
eyes.
looking at Alfred. Maybe
I'm sorry, but that
they're just
driver
driving
should
because they
be.
just don't give a fuck. Remember, we have our peripheral vision.
Yeah, but drivers should be. They call brushing their teeth. Always looking at all these scanning their
Send all
mirrors
your
and
hate
stuff like
mail
that.
to at
Yeah,
yourboyblunt
send
at
it, send it to me.
gmail.com.
But I might be saving somebody's life, right? They just sitting there, and that motherfucker don't give a fuck. If he like this, he gone.
You don't
Hey,
want to,
operator, how you doing?
you don't want to be right next to him.
Especially if you see a piece of drool just
Uh,
starting to drop, and then we talk to him, he say, "Amen." No, that nigga wasn't praying, man.
no,
Don't
ring
fuck
that
with him.
bell.
Stop.
Get off at the
Nah,
next
but
stop.
yeah, get the fuck off of that bus. Get that nigga some coffee or something.
Oh man.
Nah, but a driver's eyes should be darting back and forth. There's so many obstacles and hazards that a driver has to focus on when driving. That his head is usually turning all the time. Should be always almost saying no almost all the time. Every now and then you might see him looking straight, but most of the time, if you watch him, he turns his head and he's looking up.
That's our training, folks.
Leaning.
That's our training.
Yeah, it just
And why
becomes
we
part of
going
your
every
everyday
year?
thing.
Every year we go training. We get
Yeah.
tested.
On
You
your
know?
birthday, you go every year for refresher courses and stuff.
To
It's
make
just,
sure that
I
we're
mean, it's
on
just
point.
only right. Plus, if you doing that also, like if you're tired, because there are days when you got back to back. That 8 hour rule is crazy, but there are days when you're tired driving a bus, and doing that keeps you up. You looking around, you leaning in. That stuff keeps you up and keeps you alert.
And you got to do that even
Yeah,
through
you don't want to,
neighborhoods that are quiet. Like sometimes you're going down one strip of road and
especially
it's just
neighborhoods are quiet
quiet.
because
Yeah.
those people
And you
pop
feel
out of
you're
nowhere.
good and you just want to, and out of the blue, something pops up, a little kid, something. And
Especially summertime, little balls come flying out. Yeah.
and they always say
And
whenever
people
you see a
don't.
ball bouncing in the street, usually a child is running behind
There's a
it.
kid behind it.
Yeah.
Guys got to
But
make sure you maintaining your 4 feet from the curb, from the doors, from the parked cars, 4 feet. And make sure you maintain
you
that
still
4 feet.
remember your training. See that? You still remember your
Yeah,
training. That's because of
that
every
that don't
year
go
going and
nowhere.
training. It sticks to you.
That don't
And
go
that's why
nowhere.
they need to do that with the bikes and the pedestrians. I just
People
I
might
don't
be
get it.
wondering why 4 feet. People might be wondering why 4 feet. Why you keep
Yeah.
4 feet from parked cars? Because people nowadays they don't look before they open the door, and they don't just open doors; they throw them open, and it's usually right
Oh,
before your bus comes. Nobody opens a door and looks around. They open the door.
and not just the driver. Sometimes you got passengers. They don't have a
Yeah,
mirror
and
to look.
passengers.
And
Yeah.
and the driver, instead of taking that responsibility, say, "Hold on, you can't open the door yet." No, people just open the doors. But definitely another thing that I guess you and I don't agree with, which is it shouldn't just be the new drivers having to get tested to deal with cyclists and pedestrians. The pedestrians and the cyclists should also, especially the cyclists, because again, the pedestrians, as pedestrians, we've learned since little kids, cross of the green, not in between. Look both ways before you cross the road, you know? And that is something that everybody learns when they're kids. But a bicycle, you teach your kid how to ride a
I
bike.
wonder if they still show that.
What's that?
Back in public school, they used to have this film that they used to show
The bicycle
where
safety?
was it the bicycle? I know it was the one where the little girl was standing in the middle of the street and the car's coming and she's just standing there looking like it's like everybody's like, what the fuck out the way? Yeah, it was crazy. Well, let's see.
Like a deer in headlights. We have a question from Jose Figueroa.
Mm.
Let's throw it out there. I mean, Jose says, I have a quick question, guys, not to jump off the subject, but why isn't the current union administration not saying anything about a current contract? Okay, so that you will have to take on with union and their what do you call it? Our reps. Talk to your reps. You know, I understand what you're saying, but that's something that we can't really talk about here.
Well, what's going on? I mean, nobody's
As far
heard
as what?
anything from anybody. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not having, myself.
when
I
you
haven't
talk to
really
the
been on
reps,
Facebook
they
that much
supposedly
lately,
say
but
that they're doing work behind the cameras or whatever. They're doing things. So at this
is
point, I don't
Nas
know.
still holding the shop gates?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if he's doing it. I haven't heard from him in a while. But I don't know if you
So,
know
anybody out there,
Nas or
has
if
you
you know
guys
Rob
heard from?
Martinez. Reach out to them. I don't know what depot you're from, Jose.
Yeah,
Um,
you got Nas out there. You got Rob Martinez. You got
your reps. You got shop. What do you
what's
call
his
it?
name?
Shop stewards.
Jesus Christ, why I'm going blank
Yeah.
for? What's the one that's
But
with Rob?
as it comes along, if we get any
Uh,
information about anything new going on with the union, we will definitely put it up if need be.
I'm
But
trying to
again,
think of this
we
guy's name.
are you talking about now I know who you're talking about.
Kemp. Damn, I can't think
Kemp.
of Kemp. Kemp, you got Kemp. Oh,
Kemp is actually if you know
I,
Kemp, I've seen Kemp already. He's been with another union rep going around depots to depots. So they're doing some kind of work. I don't know exactly what it is, but they are doing something. So, Jose, I just, I haven't heard anything. I really haven't heard it. Just like you, I haven't heard
that's the
anything.
typical answer we always get. See that, and that's bad because I feel
Yeah.
bad because it feels and I'm not I have nothing against these guys. Those are my dudes. All of them, Rob Kemp, all of them, Nas, they all peoples. But it feel like um they started off with this, they went hard body in the beginning and to get the vote. And now they got the vote. I mean, Kemp was going on for a while. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been on Facebook, so I can't really speak too much on it. But
Mm.
you guys got to stay on top of them, man. Don't let them slack off, man. Because they got the vote now. They got to be informed on what happened.
And
I really don't know what's
like they
going on
always
because I
said
haven't
about
heard
the
from them in
others
a
that they
while.
have to be held accountable, right? So, um,
Yeah.
sorry, Mr.
Don't
Figueroa,
let your
that we
foot off the
couldn't
gas
be that
now.
much help right now. But again, we not just Blunt, but myself have been off that loop for a
College
while as
Point.
well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the area right now. I'm over here in Whitestone, Mr. Figueroa. I'm hanging out in Whitestone for a little while, so I'm not too far from College Point. But yeah, I mean, if we hear anything, we definitely pass it on. But these guys have their own page too.
Yeah, but
The
right now
TA surface, TA
right now it's
surface.
definitely been quiet. Been very quiet. I haven't seen anything of them coming up. But
But
anyhow,
isn't MTA bus? Who's more of MTA bus that we know of? That works. That's is it Richie? I can't think of this guy's name. I've been
what?
out of the game for a minute. That's usually works more with MTA than
Oh, I'm
TA.
I don't know. I don't pay mind to that shit. I don't. When I hear something important come up,
Now, I know Nas know
I'll
most people. Nas will probably have more information.
yeah.
His Nas was from MTA, so he'll know more of those people than we would.
Yeah, but if you like, I don't know if you're in it, Jose, but you could join our. You probably are in it. Our Facebook group, Next Plus Please. I
Yeah,
believe you probably are in there, and you could post these questions because those guys are in that group, and
yeah, just
maybe they
throw it out
could
there.
reach out to you. Yeah. All right. So, sorry, couldn't be any much help right now. Um, what else we got to conclude? We have an issue right now with moving on from cyclists. Yeah, we have a new bus safety update, which you had like an echo update, 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 and
Update.
that is this came out
Mhm.
from the local 100 on their page, July 7th. Teams of MTA police officers are now riding local buses, potentially providing a much needed uniform presence that will deter some of the assaults being inflicted on bus operators. TW Local 100 President Tony Utano and Secretary Treasurer Richard Davis announced today, Thursday, July 7th. So it was last Thursday or 2 Thursdays ago. 2 Thursdays ago. So they we used to talk about this a while too. They have formed an employee safety committee of surface transportation with the Amalgamated Transit Union leadership in New York City Transit to develop additional recommendations to reduce assaults and the risk of injury from other hazards and to monitor and give input on police deployment. So,
I want
one
to be
thing
on
that
the
you
committee, man.
right. One of the things you're gonna ask for is like I thought already before I finished this. Before I finished reading this, I was like, why aren't they asking us? Why aren't they going to the bus operators, transit to get our input? We're out there all the time. We're dealing with the public every single day. We have ideas
Right.
on what could work or what could not work. So
Right.
they answer that. Rank and file bus operators also will have a seat at the table, said Utano and David. They're going to include a committee that has a bus operator from each depot,
Committee for the committee.
including assault victims themselves. They will be in the committee. Now, who's going to pick those people? I know,
The
but
committee. They're gonna get a
you.
committee to pick the committee for the committee.
So, guys, uh, hit up your local. Let them know you heard that, or if you've read it already, maybe that you want to be part of that committee. What do you have to
Be
do
part
about
of the
it?
committee. If you
Reach
want to do
up.
something, there you go.
There you go. Reach up to either Utano or Davis and let them know. Ask them, how can I be in that committee? Because they're saying they're going to have a bus operator from each depot. So
So go to your local division chair and let them know.
let them know.
And
If
get in
you've been
touch.
assaulted, let them know that you want to be part of it. You want to be in that to find out what's going on. Okay.
I want
Um,
to be part of the committee. Fuck that.
so since that the Eagle team supposedly, so I like you guys that are out here driving every day from different bus lines or depots. Let us know in the comments. Have you seen a cop yet on your bus?
Well, you know what? You can. Here's a better question too.
What's that?
Let us know which route you think needs the most attention. Which depot and which route you think could use more cops on the line.
Well, that's what you'll be able to do if you were in that freaking committee, right?
Right. But let us know. Put it in the comments.
Because according to the MTA, they told the union that MTA police officers are being deployed to hotspots,
Right.
which are
So what you think
segments
is the
of
hot
bus
spot in?
routes where
So
assaults have been
Gleason
particularly
will be what?
problematic. Gleason will definitely be the 35,
Definitely the
one of them.
35 to 43.
35. And then there's areas in the 35 towards the end of the line, in the middle of the line, around
The
Nostrand.
whole 35, man.
Yeah.
The whole 35
You know,
sucks.
we
But
need people out there.
the 43, right? Especially when you get towards Empire and Lincoln. Um, 35. Uh, yeah, I think those are like the two main ones. 43, 35. Yeah, those will be like the two main ones that you definitely need cops on. Definitely need cops.
Where else? Where else?
And the eight
The
going towards
eight,
Brownsville. Going towards Brown. Once you hit Coney Island heading towards Brownsville, you're gonna need police.
probably the 43 could be another one that could
Yeah, I
be.
said 43.
Oh, you did?
43.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
hear that.
43, 35, the 8 from Coney Island towards Brownsville. the B9, I guess you could say in certain areas the B9, but not really that much.
Not as much right now.
The 16
70?
is not
No,
that bad. No, 70,
no.
I don't need that much.
But you know what? Some of our Gleason coworkers may add some other ones. They might say that there are some other lines that are just as bad. But
No, I
like,
think that the main ones, if you want to start somewhere, definitely the 35 and the 43. Definitely.
and you said that, right? You asked you asked our viewers to comment which
Yeah,
lines is
put it
the
in.
worst one.
Put in
They're on the
what depot
comments,
you in and what line you think needs the cops to be
and
to
maybe we
start
can
it
make
at.
a list and put it out
Yeah,
there.
let's see where we can get.
So
What we
let's
can
do
get.
that, guys. Yeah,
We could give them an idea of where to go, especially if it's coming from the operators. The operators know best. They're the ones who's out there, like they say, on the front lines, right? So let the operators speak. We can give them a list from you guys and say, listen, this is where the operators say all the hot spots is. Let's start there.
let's start there.
Get them out there.
Look, this is a funny comment that somebody posted in that local. I won't say his name, but it says, from my experience, where they deployed cops, Eagle squads are never in the hot spots.
No,
MTA does not want conflict. It's all smoke and mirrors.
you know what? I don't know. I can agree with that, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know how true it is, but it does seem like that. It
It
does
does
seem
at
like that.
times. Like when the problem arises, everybody's on lunch,
Yeah.
you know,
Because I mean, I
or
understand.
the hours when it's really needed. Like they'll be in the hot spot, but they'll be there like early, like
When they know when
when
ain't gonna
yeah, when
nothing's
ain't
gonna
nobody
happen.
around there. And
Right.
we need to really see what's going on. So again, let us know if any of you have actually seen any cops on any lines, and what lines do you think need the most help out there, or what
Yeah.
area or what bus line needs the best
Which depot you
needs
from
help
and which line needs definitely needs cops to be riding.
for sure.
If you're from the Bronx, we already know the Bronx. The whole fucking Bronx. Y'all
Oh, I've
just need
heard
cops.
people saying that.
You know
I'm sorry.
how the yellow buses got the what they call those? Uh, the people that ride with the bus driver, the patron, whatever they call them
The
people.
matron,
Matron,
yeah,
matron.
matron.
Yeah, y'all in a bus. Y'all need cop matrons with y'all. Y'all should report to the window, and then should be a cop right there with y'all. Okay, both of y'all go out. Man. Fuck the Bronx, man. Y'all niggas got it bad. The Bronx is the 35 on steroids.
Come back after
You
this.
got it. You
Let's come
got
back
it
after this.
bad.
Check us out. Check it out. Check it out. Help us grow. But before we leave, let folks remember, check us out on YouTube, our the channel. We want to keep growing that channel. Thank you. We've actually got a couple of new followers, so we thank you so much for that. YouTube, Two Transit Misfits. Go check it out. Follow us. And what else we got? Blunt. It's like we've made it to the end of our show, and everything went smooth with
Don't
Jeff.
forget to check out the
Uh
merch.
oh.
See,
Uh
you can
oh.
get you the ABA T-shirt, man. Spread the word. See the
Yes.
if you haven't already, um, sign the petition.
Blunt, you froze. Blunt, you're about to get kicked out. So let's end it before the Wi-Fi ends you. Guys, thanks again for joining us. We'll be back soon with another show. Remember to sign the petition. And yeah, Blunt got kicked out. We was hoping we'd make it through the hour. Oh, we did. We did. So that's a good thing. So we will be back again next week with another show. Remember to share this if you're watching it on our page. Remember again our YouTube channel. And no, he's gone. We'll see you all next week. Peace.